So in this video, friend, what we are going to do, we are going to separate the logic of this you can say else block and this center widget into a separate file. And let us start without wasting any time. Right click, file, name this file as result dot and the process is same, class what is happening result result plus result uh, result extends stateless widget the material dot package. And before we move any further, let us use the build method. Let override widget build method, and you know this procedure. We will return the widget. We will return this widget here. Copy paste, return, and copy paste this thing. So we have returned this thing, and we will use this here result. Okay, we have to sorry friends, and what we will do, we will import this result file here. Result dot now if you see my code, this is my if block, this is my if block, and this is my else block, and the result of first block is in quiz and the result of second block is in this. And if I rerun my app, I haven't done any, you can say, interface change, but I rerun my app, you will see now it is working. So now we will add some more logic into this result widget. So let us start. So first let us understand our app. First let us restart our app once again. So let us restart our app. And our app is restarted. So what we have done here, we have a set of questions, and according to the answer the user select, we will assign a weight to every question, and when at the end of means every answer, the every option which the user choose, we will assign a total score, and on the basis of our total weight or score, we will show our result here. So let us start building the logic here. So if I move to my this question and answer here, as I have my answers inside this list, and inside list I have a list of strings, what I will do, there are so many other ways, but the most simple way, since we are at the basic of this course, so the most simple way is to convert this list of maps. So let us use the keyword text and key value pair to this is, let us give the score to every answer. So what we are going to build here, we are going to have a COVID positive or COVID negative, or whether a person should go for test or isolation, or he is okay. So based on the questions, we will give the score to uh, each individual answer, and then we will add that at the end of our questions. So what is your age? If the age is below 10, then the person is more vulnerable to the you can say more vulnerable to COVID. So let us give that a value of 10, or let us give the value to 8. And if the same person is below 50, so the text is and if that is below 50, then the score is, let us say, 3. And if the same person, if the person is above 50, give it the keyword here. Then the score is, if it is above 50, then the score is 7. And if the age is above 80, then the person is more vulnerable to this COVID virus. So we will give it a score of 10. So our first map is ready. We have a map inside a list. So I will pause this video and I will build these quickly, and then we'll get back to you people. So I have built up these maps, and you can see I have assigned numbers to these symptoms or the answers. And now if you see my main dot file, inside my main dot file, this list of question is not just a simple list. Now it is made up of list, and list is made up of maps, and inside map we have our first key pair as string, and the second one is a list, which is a list of maps. And inside these maps we have our mixed, you can say, key value pair. One is string and the other one is integer. So the more generic, you can say, dot interpret it as object. So we need to make our changes similarly. So when we are passing our question, so if we go to our this quiz dot file, when we are passing our answer, so now our answer is not just a means a string. It is a more, you can say, complex thing. Instead of just string, it is now a list of map, and map further inside map. If you see, and I have already told you, this map is further is a list of strings and a more generic type object. So this is a string, and then we have object. So if you see now here, our answer is not just a simple text. Instead of this, it is a key value pair of text and score, and we are more interested in getting the text part of it, and to use it we use the text. And also with the text we are more interested in the score of that text, the corresponding text. So since we are more interested in the score of that text, so we have our answer pointer to our answer question here. And if we go to the this answer queue method, and inside this answer queue we need to add our score, because whenever we press this method we need to add our score here. So we need to initialize a variable that is total score. Let us give it a private affair. Use the camel case so as to make it more readable, and let us initialize it to 1, and this total score, and we will pass the score of that current chosen answer inside this method. And I don't think this is of any use to us because that is used to print. So now inside this answer queue method, what we will do, we will update our total score to total score plus the score of the current method. Now our this we have make this answer queue ready to get updated, but inside our if we see our quiz.dot file, we are we get another problem. What problem it is? That previously we are using the pointer to that answer queue method, this answer queue method, but now we need to pass a score value, means an int value, to this as an argument. But previously we are using only pointer to this method. So how we can pass the argument instead of using you can say pointer? If we just use this, so it will create a problem. What problem it is? The parcel will, instead of waiting for the onPressed event, means when we go to that answer widget in, and the raise button inside this, when we onPress this thing, the onPress method passes that pointer to that the select handle. The select handle means this answer queue method. So instead of that, it will create it at the runtime. So what we will do, we will use we will take the help of anonymous function, and we will use the shortcut for writing this, for accessing this method. If you follow my previous videos, in the initial videos I have told you about this style of writing functions. So we use a anonymous function, and what happened here, when the parser builds this means they build this app, it it does not means call that function answer queue itself, but it just take the reference of that function inside this, means it's looking for this thing, and this take the pointer along with argument, but not executed unless and until the answer widget, means the on pressed event is handled, or on pressed event is encountered at the answer widget. So we have passed our means now in this case we can pass our score from the corresponding question and the corresponding answer to the answer queue question. So now our this thing works, this thing is ready. Now we need to pass this total score to the result widget. So inside our result widget, what we will do, we will pass this total score, and this total score needs to be we need to have a constructor here, so that this total score final int, and get the we will use the name final count or result score, and inside the constructor we will use this dot result score. And now okay, SULT, it's giving me a typo error. So now we have passed the result score to our result widget, and based on this result score we will finally deliver, or we will finally display the message on the screen. So now we have captured our score, final score. So what we will do, based on this final score, we will update our text here. So let us write the logic for writing this text, and for this we will use the getter, and getter is not just a function. Let us write, and instead of adding parentheses as we did with the function, we will directly go for the body of the getter, and get is the keyword, and this getter will return a string, and we use our score, that is result score, what we get from the constructor. If result score is less than uh, let us go to our main.dot file, and inside our main.dot file let us have a look at this thing. If your age is, means what is the ideal criteria, if your age is below 50 and above 10, means this the score is 3, and if you have any of these symptoms, so 3 plus 4 is 7, and came in context 7 plus 0 or 5, that is 12. If your score is less than, you can say 10, okay, so if your score is less than 10, say 12, then the we need to initialize a string or variable where, and that where let us use it as final string or final text. And now we will use this final text and update it with you are safe, and if the result score is, let us go to that thing once again, and if the result score is say we have the least 7 plus 411, and then we have 5 and plus 5 15. So if the result score is less than or equal to 15, then our final text will be you are at minimum risk kindly isolate from infected person. So we have our second if here and then again copy paste this, we use else if. Similarly, else if and in the third case, if it is above 20, you are at maximum risk kindly seek medical advice. Kindly seek medical advice. I am changing this to less than 20. So now we have our result string, means our getter ready. So instead of just writing a plain text here, we will use this result string and we will style our text with our font. Let us style this shell text result phrase, and then style our text widget. Let us give it the text style. So our text style, let us give the font weight to bold. You can uh, style it your way. Font weight, it is not giving me any suggestion. Font weight and font weight bold. Okay, then we can use the font size. We can use the font size to 26. And one more thing, if didn't find any of these values, then we will give it a default else, and inside that default else we will make this final text to, let us go the old way. You have answered all the questions. As although I have covered all the scenarios here, if that is less than 12, if this doesn't encountered, then less than 20, and if this isn't, then we will use one thing that is greater than or equal to 20. So greater than or equal to 20. So I have covered all the scenarios here. This result string, okay, I have to return this text here after this, so we will return this final text. And now our logic is almost ready. Let us run this app and let us go for a hot restart. And if in this case I will choose a high risk scenario, I have fever, do you come in contact with it? Well, yes. So now we are getting our response from the app. You are at maximum risk, kindly seek out. I have forget to put at, I have put a in place of at. You are at maximum risk, kindly seek medical advice. So let us run it one more time. We will perform a hot restart. In the next video we will put a button here so that we can restart the app from the app. So in this case, let us go for a least risk situation. I am below 50, and I have none of the above, and I haven't come in contact with any person, so you are safe. Let us check it one more time, and in this case we will go with a mixed you can say reaction. I go with floor. Okay, I have sore throat. I came in contact with a COVID positive person. Yes. you are maximum risk, kindly seek medical advice. So we can add our means we can make more logic, we can add more logic by weighing more means by weighing these scenarios according to you. But the main concept of this thing is to get you an idea of how to connect the question with answer and then answer with scores. So in the next video we will add a button so that we can restart the app from the app itself. Thanks for listening, friends. See you in the next lecture. If you find this lecture interesting or you like the lecture, kindly give it a thumbs up. And if you find it difficult, kindly leave your suggestion in the comment box. And see you in the next lecture, friend. Thanks.